Fellas, this is every Dragon's Rising minifigure ever released. And today I'm going to be going through the best minifigures, including some of the rarest, most expensive and coolest ones that LEGO has released. Starting with Lloyd. Now, Lloyd is basically like the main character of Dragon's Rising. So naturally we have a Merge Lloyd minifigure who looks very nice, as well as a Dragon Power Lloyd, which is very fancy. We have a Climber Lloyd and even this special Master Lloyd minifigure, which is a very interesting minifigure, but honestly maybe a little bit bland. Then we get ourselves the Mech Pilot Lloyd, as well as the Tournament Lloyd, the Storm Lloyd, and of course, Ghost Hunter Lloyd. And my goal is to take one minifigure from every single character to ultimately decide who the best Dragon's Rising minifigure truly is. Oh, dude, I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and say that my favorite Lloyd minifigure is Ghost Hunter Lloyd. I love it. Now it's on to Nia, who has, again, tons of minifigures. You know, we're getting ourselves Merge Nia, Dragon Power Nia, Rising Dragon Nia, Mech Pilot Nia, Climber Nia, Tournament Nia, Storm Nia, and Ghost Hunter Nia. I would say probably the best minifigure that represents Nia and makes her just look awesome would have to be the Dragon Power Nia. I mean, this thing is awesome with like the transparent arms, with like the printing on the mask thing. And of course, Kai being my favorite ninja from the show, dude, he has had some absolutely insane suits. Of course, we've got the Merge Kai minifigure, as well as the Dragon Power Kai minifigure, but we also get ourselves Blacksmith Kai from Ninjago City Markets. This minifigure is one that we've wanted for ages, and I love it. We get Mech Pilot Kai, Rising Dragon Kai, Climber Kai, Tournament Kai, Storm Kai, and Ghost Hunter Kai. If I had to be honest, I'd say that the Climber suit is probably the best Kai suit in my opinion. Kai basically just looks good in everything, so if we have to choose what the best minifigure is, then we have to go for like a suit that really represents Kai, that looks coolest on him, which has to be Mech Climber Kai. I mean, this guy just looks awesome. I love the shoulder pads. I love the cowl that he's got. He is such a handsome bloke. But speaking of cold minifigures, we have Zane. That's a terrible joke. Like, for example, we get Merge Zane, Detective Zane, who is absolutely awesome. Love this minifigure. Mech Pilot Zane, Climber Zane, Storm Zane, and then these other two versions of Zane where he's like got his shirt open for some reason. Or he's just like flexing on us here, I guess. And the two buildable minifigures of Zane are both, yeah, one is definitely better than the other. I think this mech here, honestly, is kind of like trash. But we also get this version here from Zane's Ultra Combiner mech, which is just absolutely beautiful. I love his printed face on here, and like, dude, he's just so buff. I love him. But this one, not so much. I'm actually gonna rip him limb for limb, so yeah. Please subscribe. Beefcake Zane is absolutely the best Dragon's Rising minifigure that we've got for him. It is so good. Now, LEGO are intent upon getting one of every single one of the ninja in every single season of the show, even if they're not in the show, including Jay. So we get ourselves Merge Jay, Climber Jay, Mech Pilot Jay, the Wolf Mask Jay from the tournaments, and Rogue, who is also Jay, spoiler alert. So obviously, most of these suits don't actually appear in the show, because Jay was just like too swagged up at the administration working, but it's got to be between the Wolf Clan and Rogue. And, you know, Rogue is a very cool minifigure, and I do love the kind of, like, hat thing he's got on, but, like, the coolest minifigure has to be the Wolf Clan Jay. Like, dude, this thing is so cool. I think one of the best Ninjago suits I've ever seen. One of the best LEGO minifigures I've ever seen. I will die on this hill. And even though Cole is barely in the show, it feels like we also got tons of minifigures for him. We got Merge Cole, Mech Pilot Cole, Titan Mech Cole, Tournament Cole, Storm Cole, and Ghost Hunter Cole. But I absolutely love the Titan Mech version. This minifigure doesn't even feel like it's from Ninjago. It's just so unique. It is so different. I just really love the orange for Cole. It honestly looks like something from like Star Wars, like he could be a clone trooper or something, but I would say it's the best, personally. So, for Sora, we basically don't get much variance at all. You know, we get Merge Sora with child hair, Tournament Sora, Dragon Spijitzu Sora, and Ghost Hunter Sora. But honestly, I've got to go ahead and go with the Season 1 classic version of Sora. I love this kind of like headpiece. And the thing about this minifigure as well is that we later on got the hairpiece that she has in the show anyway, so like it is kind of like the perfect Sora minifigure. It's the best. For Aaron, we get Casual Aaron, Merge Aaron, Rising Dragon Aaron, Tournament Aaron, and Evil Aaron. The Rising Dragon Aaron looks absolutely gorgeous. I love, again, the gold and the yellow go together so nicely, but fellas, it's not even a competition. The Evil Aaron minifigure is easily the best one that LEGO has made. I love the fact that he's got like the red from his previous suits with the like black helmet piece. It just looks so good, and the horns coming out, like, he's just so good. For Wildfire, we only have two minifigures, and like, like, this is a pretty hard one to go between because the first minifigure we literally only got in like one set, which does make it pretty rare. And like the other Wildfire minifigure, we've got loads and loads of times. This just takes the cake. It is just a better minifigure. It is the best Wildfire minifigure. And fellas, that is every single one of the Ninja that we've looked at. But boys, we have so many more minifigures. Now after the merge, there is so many new characters that have come in from all different parts of Ninjago. And as a result, we get loads of different side characters. There are some absolute heavy hitters in here. We've got Cyrus Ball, Gale Gossett, Twitchy Tim. We even got a casual Harumi style. Characters like Tox and the Master of Invisibility, the Master of Form. Hound Dog McBride from Crystallized. A bit of a random choice, but we even get Misdemeanor, who is an awesome villain to get. Euphrasia, Morrow, Frack, Dorama, my boy Roby, as well as this beautiful Dareth minifigure, who is he's just so handsome, isn't he? The Harumi minifigure is really cool, but it's got to be Dareth. I mean, the Dareth minifigure for Dragons Rising is absolutely beautiful, even though he only appears in the show for like 2 seconds just to get rejected. But to be fair, we really need an Arakora minifigure. Like, it would be so sick. We also get ourselves tons of awesome villain minifigures, and like, dude, villains in this show have just been absolutely insane. Like, dude, just look at all of these guys here in one place. They just look ridiculous. You've got all the merge villains here with the likes of Beatrice, Lord Rush, Jordana, as well as the Imperium Guards, who honestly look really on point. Very nice. Dr. Laro is also a massive villain as well, so she can be included here, as well as the season 2 villains, where mainly we get ourselves Lord Rush, Jordana, tons of Wolf Mask warriors, including this one that has Shatter Spin, which is awesome. We also get 2 Cinder minifigures, one where he's kind of like floating around, and then one where he's just like stood. So these minifigures honestly look really good. I'm not a massive fan of the Wolf Mask warriors. I think they kind of just look pretty lame, quite a boring character design, unlike the season 3 minifigures, which just look absolutely incredible. Of course, this here is led by Lord Rest, who honestly has had so many beautiful minifigures. It's so impressive. Tons of the Dragonian warriors, who I think are awesome villains, and I love the spectral variants of them. The main villains of Dragons Rising are, of course, the Forbidden 5. It is so good to finally have all of these guys in LEGO. They look absolutely amazing. Of course, we're getting ourselves Drix, Kerr, Noct, Zark, and Rox. I think the Zark minifigure looks okay, although I'm just not a massive fan of his design, because honestly, with this kind of like cape that he's got, he looks like someone's mum. The Drix minifigure is okay, but it would be so cool to have him come with like loads of different bug pieces to like attack people with. The Noct minifigure just looks like a normal Ninjago villain. He doesn't look particularly interesting. I think Kerr looks absolutely ridiculous. I love the fact that he's got arm printing. I also love like the mummy wrap that he's got on him. Like, this guy looks terrifying. I love this minifigure. It's so good. Rox as well looks awesome. That smile is terrifying. And between these two guys, it's got to be Kerr. Like, this guy is so cool. I love the mummy wrap that he's got on him. I love the arm printing. He just looks so intimidating. We also get built minifigures like Egot the Master Dragon, as well as Rontu, who both look, yeah, pretty good. Although apparently everybody was hating on me because they said Rontu was accurate. I'm going to stand by it, actually. I'm going to double down. I love the fact that we get Dorama's puppet as well. This is one of the coolest things that LEGO has done. I think it's so nice. We, of course, get the Source Dragon of Motion, the Arc Dragon of Focus, as well as Thunderfang. And Thunderfang, honestly, is probably the main villain of Ninjago Dragons Rising. But unfortunately, Ryu has to take the cake as the best built minifigure because he's in like every single second of the show. Which leaves us with all of these Dragons Rising minifigures here, which I have decided are all of the best minifigures that LEGO has released. Hands down, the best Ninjago Dragons Rising minifigure that LEGO have ever released is Wolf Clan J. This guy is the best minifigure. Let me know what you think the best minifigure is, and please subscribe. So, yeah, please don't hate me.